Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lily. I am so happy that you are here with me. In today's video, I am going to show you a junk journal travel kit that I just put together because I plan on using it for the very first time for a trip I have planned later this month. And so I haven't used it, but I put all kinds of goodies in here, hoping that I will be able to use them. So earlier this year, I went on 3 separate trips, and not one time did I think about packing junk journal supplies so I could journal while I was on my trips. Not one time, and I regret it. So this last trip I took in June, I came back and I made a note of all of the things that I thought I would be able to use on my trip. And so I got down to writing up lists, and I started looking for inspiration on YouTube to see what other people are packing for their trips. And I got a lot of great ideas. And I will talk about a couple of the videos that I watched that were super helpful in just a moment. But this is the bag that I purchased so that I can pack all of my junk journal supplies. And I'm going to show you everything that I put in this kit. I absolutely love this bag, you guys. And I'm going to give you more information about this bag in just a moment. But look, it has a nice little handle, and it has a zipper, and it opens all the way around, so it butterflies open. And oh my gosh, and it just feels so good. It's like the size of my head, just so you can gauge an idea as to the size of it. I will give you all the dimensions, and I will share a link with you where I got it. I know I keep moving it around, but it just feels so good in my hand, and I cannot wait to use it on my trip. I am going to be so excited. I'm going to show you what I put together. So why don't we just get started and start looking in here. Let's go. I purchased this travel case or travel bag on Amazon, and I will have a link for you in the description area below. It is called a journal supplies storage case in the color teal. It is also known as a custom travel organizer holder for B5 planners. And it comes in 3 different colors, but I ordered the large size in this teal shade. But there is a medium size that comes in a nice gray and also a pink in the medium size. Okay, so I'm pointing out the measurements. It has been sealed. Well, the way it is now measures about 9 by 11 inches. And I have stuffed it full of things, and it is about 4 inches wide. In the description, it says that it can expand to 3 inches, but I, pushed it to its limit, and it's at 4 inches, but it still feels really nice, and there was plenty of room to even add a few more things. It has an exterior pocket for something. I haven't added anything in there. And I like the fact that it has 2 zippers, and you can open it on opposite ends and then butterfly it open. I love how it lies flat. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Before I committed to this travel case, I went through all of my things to see if I had something that would work for me. But I have to admit, I did get a little bit of FOMO once I started researching travel bags. There were so many great options. I read so many reviews. And after about 2 weeks of researching, this is the one that I decided on. And I've already added and packed everything. My journal, my handmade little junk journal measures about 9.5 by 6 inches approximately. And if it's perfectly in that little pocket, it says it's good for a B5 planner. And so you could see it still has a little bit of room. So if your journal is a little bit wider, maybe a little bit thicker, I think it'll fit perfect. But B5 planner size is what is meant for this bag. I am going to take everything out of the pockets, and then I'm going to show you all of the things that I have selected and that I have placed into the pockets. There are 2 zipper pouches, and you can see how they're easily removable, and that removable, that Velcro is really strong. You don't have to remove it from the Velcro. I did to show you that it comes apart and then it easily reattaches. So look at all of these great pockets. You have a mesh pocket for smaller things and then a larger pocket so you can add things like stickers, larger papers, maybe even some stencils. And they're deep and it holds things nicely. I kind of walked around the house a little bit, kind of moved things around to see if things would fall out, and everything seemed to have stayed in place. I'm measuring the inside to give you an idea of what the inside measurements look like. So it looks to be almost 9 inches wide and about 11 inches in length. So let's say 9 by 11. Sometimes the exterior measurements will differ from the interior measurements, and I want to give you just an all-over look so that you can have a better idea as far as measurements go. And one of the reviews that I read on Amazon pertaining to this case is that it had a bad smell. And I don't think that's true. When I first opened it from its packaging, it smelled like a brand new pair of shoes. You know, like when you open the box of a brand new pair of shoes. That's what it smelled like. And then once I had it out, it sat on, it sat on my craft table for a couple days. The scent dissipated. And now it just smells like canvas. It is, the outside is like a waterproof type of material, which is easy to clean according to the description. And it does feel like it would wipe clean if it got, a little bit dirty. Okay, let's start with the things that I have selected. I have this tiny organza bag, and in it I have placed some little papers. Some of them are stickers and labels from Your Creative Studio. And then I also had some scrap pieces of lightweight cardstock and like rectangulars because I like stamping and fussy cutting the stamped images. So I'm just going to place those in the little organza bag and a handful of paper clips. In all the years that I have been crafting, in all the years that I have been traveling, I have only traveled with a journal maybe once. Maybe once in 2019 and maybe another time in 2017, but never with any supplies, just the journal itself. No stickers, no washi tape, nothing. Oh, and these are really cool. These are by Your Creative Studio, and they are like washi tape strips. So instead of carrying the actual rings, I thought these would work because they are flat. And so I just grabbed a handful of those and also will tuck them into the little organza bag. This is the first time I do anything like this outside of going to like crafting workshops where I take a huge case of all kinds of things. But like a small case to travel with, this is the very first time. So we'll see how it goes. I've selected some project life cards that I think I may use, and then some little decorative papers. Some of these are vellum, and then also some stickers. I love the heart shape, and I thought, why not? Let's grab a couple of these heart stickers, a recipe card with lemons because I like journaling on recipe cards. I've selected a few of these polymer / acrylic stamps. This one comes from the Dollar Tree. You can see how I've already used them. I've kind of tested them out. They did not stamp very well. And you could see here that like in the center of these stamps, there's a void. And they're not the best quality. I think these were a bad batch. There's a lot of ridges and unevenness on the back, on the backs of these acrylics or polymer stamps. But then I used a piece of fun foam underneath the paper, and then the image was a lot more clear. And so that's a little trick for you. Use a sheet of fun foam if your stamp isn't stamping evenly, your image is kind of blotchy, take a thin sheet of fun foam, place it under your paper, and then stamp, and you are going to get a clear image. And in fact, I have packed a small piece of fun foam, and I'll show you that when I get to my journal. You can see I've already tucked it in my journal, and it worked really, really good. I was really surprised because I almost threw this stamp set in the garbage. So I'm glad I tried it out with that sheet of fun foam. This is another cute little stamp set. I bought this one on Amazon. It just kind of came up on my Amazon feed, and it is so stinking cute. And so I have an Amazon affiliate link in the description area below, and I will link some of these items down there if you want to go take a look. They're also in my storefront, but it is so cute. I went through all the stamps that I have, and I selected some that I thought I would definitely use. Things like this one. This is an old, close to my heart stamp set. And I love all of the variety of stamps. There's hearts and birds and butterflies and little doodly things. So I thought that would come in handy. And then this is an older Heidi Swapp stamp. And it reads, "I like totally love you." And I just love the script on that stamp. And I thought I'm going to pack those in there. And then these random ones. Some that I've never even used. This one's really cute. I think this one I purchased on Etsy. It's so cute with like the little grumpy cats. If I find the link, I'll put it down in the description area. Now, I have a lot of cat stamps, you guys. I have never owned a cat in my life, but I love the cat stamps. Who would have known that I'd love the cat stamps, and I've never owned a cat. And then that was really cute with the little houses. So I was kind of selective about the type of stamps that I chose for this kit. Will they work? I don't know, but I'm planning ahead, and that's what I think I will use. We'll see how it goes. And then I have this little pouch with some fussy cut labels. And then these are sticker labels that I picked up at the craft store. And then I also have some handmade labels. And they're just strips of rectangular paper that I cut from coffee dyed paper. And then did a border with a black pen. So just a random collection of labels. I like using labels in my journals. So that's why I selected this. And it was kind of tricky because, you know, I've got a lot of supplies in my craft area, and I wanted to keep it as simple as possible because my goal is to try and journal with only markers and pens and a few stamps. You know, I want to be more creative, and I want to be able to doodle and draw without using too many stickers and too many stamps, but mainly because I'm traveling and I want to keep it light. So I have some items that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, those faux wax seals, and then this set of stickers. They look like postage, so I thought those would be fun. And that is it. It was so hard to keep it simple. Let me tell you, it was hard. And I'm glad that I only had the 4 inches of the case that I could work with. You know, you don't want to get it too fat. And in one of these pouches, they're on there. That Velcro is tough. I have selected the writing utensils that I'm going to use. These are Papermate felt tip markers in colors that I know I will use. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you some of the doodling that I've done with these pens. I was very selective because the type of paper that I'm using in my junk journal, I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to bleed. These are brush tip markers from the Paper Studio, and I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. They're beautiful in metallic colors. I chose the ones that I know I will definitely use. These are mild liners, and I have one here. Let me see who makes these. These are by Zebra, and I like that they are double-ended. You have a bold tip and then a fine tip, and again in colors that I know I'm going to use. I also threw in a highlighter. I picked that one up at the Dollar Tree, and then a Sharpie fine tip marker. Believe it or not, that did not bleed through the paper that is in my journal. And then one of my favorite pens, this is a Sharpie pen. I love this pen. And then a pencil, just a regular pencil. This one's from Dollar Tree. And then I have a Wink of Stella because I love adding a little bit of shimmer to my pages. And then another pen, this one is by, let's see, I have another one right here. This is a Sarasa, a Zebra Sarasa Mark-On 0.5 tip pen. I really like that one. So any black ballpoint pen or like a Sharpie pen will work for your journaling. In my second little zipper bag, I've added more of the tools that I am going to use in my journaling. A lot of the items that I have selected, I was inspired by 3 videos that I watched. Well, I watched a lot of videos, but 3 specifically really made an impact. Okay, so I'm adding an acrylic block for my stamps, the archival ink in jet black by Ranger, and then some other random cling stamps. A glue stick. I've never used this glue stick or this brand. It is by Target. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be using that for the first time. And then a pair of small scissors. You can see that the blade is smaller than the palm of my hand. So I think I can carry that on the airplane. I've carried small scissors before and I've never had a problem. And then an old pair of Revlon tweezers that I like to use when I'm working with stickers. A pencil sharpener. And then a little scraper that I'll use for the rub-on transfers. And that one's from Dollar Tree. And then a mini stapler with its staples, also from Dollar Tree. And then this is a eraser to use with my pencil. A lot of these things I picked up at Dollar Tree. There were so many great supplies at Dollar Tree. And I have this other little pouch with other random things in there. And then, you know, sticker pads are great, especially the ones that are made for planners. These are great to use in these travel cases. There are sentiments, there are all kinds of stickers. And I could have just used these 2 sticker pads and called it good, but I threw in those others as well. But I think these are going to be perfect. The 3 videos that I watched that I really loved. One of them is by Shinuki Art, the other one by Natasha at Treasure Books, and then a third one by Abby Sai. I watched a lot of videos, you guys, but those 3, in my opinion, were the best videos. They had the best videos for packing your journal kits. I will have their videos linked in the description area below. You know, there weren't a lot of videos that pertain to packing a junk journal kit. But I watched all kinds, and there's so many great ideas out there, so many different styles of bags and kits and cases. But I was looking for something that I could totally relate to, and those 3, you know, made the biggest impact. So I'll have those so you can go and take a look at those. So these are other little random things that I just kind of had on my craft table, and I thought I could use these. A bicycle paper clip, why not? Some more labels, some more little pieces of ephemera, some stickers, and then there is a Tim Holtz tag, Days of the Week stickers. Those will come in handy. And then I've also thrown in there a Tim Holtz black and white photograph It happens to have palm trees, and where I am going, there will be palm trees. And so I thought this would be perfect. And then I have this cute little card, which is perfect for my birthday trip. And then I have this other one. It reads, "When I am happy," and it has scripture on the back. So just a little reminder, and, you know, just to show some gratitude. Well, this little card here is perfect. It reads, "I believe the second half of one's life is meant to be better than the first half. The first half is finding out how you do it, and the second half is enjoying it," by Francis Lear. So I love that quote. So I thought I'd include it in there, and because it is a birthday trip, it is perfect for that. Okay, so all of the pens that I have placed into that little zipper bag, I have already tested on my journal. And I'll have a video linked up above where I talk more about this journal, or the pages, and how I selected the pens, and I'll link that up above. But you could see here, I've already done some doodling, and that's because I was testing all of these pens. A lot of them, there's minimal bleed through. The only real big bleed through was from the highlighters I used on those little birds. And you saw that on the opposite side, but all the others really did not pass through the page. And I was really surprised. And that is the reason why I chose the pens that I did. So that's something that may be helpful when you are selecting the pens for your specific journal, depending on the type of paper that you have. I don't mind bleed through, especially because I will be using ephemera and pictures. I know that I will be taking a lot of pictures, and I like to journal with a lot of pictures, so it'll cover up a lot of that background and maybe some of that pen that passes through the page. So here is one of my grungy papers that I made. I'll have that video for you up above showing you how I make these grungy papers. These are the type of papers that I included in my junk journal. So I grabbed one of the loose sheets and I did some doodling with the pens that are in that bag. And you could see that there is minimal bleed through the pages. And I just love doodling, and this is what my goal is, to try to work with the pens and the pencils and the pens that I have selected, more than stickers and more than the stamps. We'll see. That is my plan. But I packed all those other items just in case. But I love doodling. Doodling lately has really been helping me with stress, and it's helping me wind down at the end of the day. So here's another little Tim Holtz photographs, just to show you how I plan on using my own personal photographs on my page layouts. And you could see a little bit of bleed through from the doodling I did on this side. I love how this page turned out, and I love that quote there. Again, it has to do with stress, and just because we're in a stressful situation doesn't mean that we have to get stressed out. And that quote has really been helpful. So yeah, I love all of the doodling, and that is what I plan on doing because I enjoy doodling on my journal pages. And so I love how this turned out. So this was my practice page, and I am showing you here that I used my grungy papers as my practice paper. And I love how all of my practice doodles turned out, so I'm just going to put it back into my journal. And you could see, I forgot to mention that I have that yellow fun foam sheet in there, and that's what I'm going to use under the papers to do my stamping. And that really helped in keeping the images really clear. I will be doing a follow-up video when I come back from my trip to let you know how it all worked out, because this is the first time I will travel with a kit like this. I don't know how it's going to go, and I want to be able to come back and, share with you how it turned out. Did the supplies work for me? We'll see. But so far, I really love this case, and I hope that once I'm actually traveling with it, it works out as I'm hoping it will. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If I missed anything, please let me know and I will get back to you as soon as possible. You guys are awesome and I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you the next time around. You guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.